What's up, guys? Welcome to September 2nd as we dive into 1st Chronicles chapter 5 verses 18 to 26. The tribes east of the Jordan. There were 44,760 capable warriors in the armies of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. They were all skilled in combat and armed with shields, swords, and bows. They waged war against the Hagrites and Jadurites, the Naphishites, and the Nadabites. They cried out to God during the battle, and He answered their prayer because they trusted in Him. So the Hagrites and all their allies were defeated. The plunder taken from the Hagrites included 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep and goats, 2,000 donkeys, 100,000 captives. Many of the Hagrites were killed in the battle because God was fighting against them. The people of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh lived in their land until they were taken into exile. The half-tribe of Manasseh was very large and spread through the land from Bashan to Baal Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. These were the leaders of their clans: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Hadaviah, and Jadiel. These men had a great reputation as mighty warriors and the leaders of their clans. But these tribes were unfaithful to the God of their ancestors. They worshipped the gods of the nations that God had destroyed. So the God of Israel caused King Paul of Assyria, also known as Tiglath-Pileser, to invade the land and take away the people of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh as captives. The Assyrians exiled them to Halah, Habor, Hara, and the Gozan River, where they remain to this day. 1 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 3. Aaron's descendants. The sons of Aaron were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Only Aaron and his descendants served as priests. They presented the offerings on the altar of burnt offering and the altar of incense, and they performed all the other duties related to the most holy place. They made atonements for Israel by doing everything that Moses, the servant of God, had commanded them. Eleazar was the father of Phinehas. Phinehas was the father of Abishua. Abishua was the father of Buka. Buka was the father of Uzi. Uzi was the father of Zarahiah. Zahariah was the father of Miriath. Miriath was the father of Amariah. Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Ahimaaz. Ahimaaz was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Johanan. Johanan was the father of Azariah, the high priest at the temple built by Solomon in Jerusalem. Azariah was the father of Amariah. Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Shalom. Shalom was the father of Hilkiah. Hilkiah was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Syria. Syria was the father of Jehozadak, who went into exile when the Lord sent the people of Judah and Jerusalem into captivity under Nebuchadnezzar. Chapter 7. Descendants of Issachar. The four sons of Issachar were Tola, Puah, Jashab, and Shemron. The sons of Tola were Uzi, Raphiah, Jeriel, Jameh, Ibzam, and Shemuel. Each of them were the leaders of an ancestral tribe or clan. At the time of King David, the total number of mighty warriors listed in the records of these clans was 22,600. The sons of Uzi was Israhiah. The sons of Israhiah were Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ishiah. These 5 became the leaders of clans. All of them had many wives and many sons, so the total number of men available for military service among their descendants was 36,000. The total number of mighty warriors from all the clans of the tribe of Issachar was 87,000. All of them were listed in their genealogical records. Descendants of Benjamin. 3 of Benjamin's sons were Bela, Becher, and Jadiel. The 5 sons of Bela were Asban, Ezri, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors from these clans was 22,034, as listed in their genealogical records. The sons of Becher were Samaria, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Amri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Elamoth. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors and leaders from these clans was 22,200, as listed in their genealogical records. The sons of Jadiel was Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan were Joash, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Zatham, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. From these clans, the total number of mighty warriors ready for war was 17,200. The sons of Ur were Shepham and Hippam. Hashem was the son of Ahar. The descendants of Naphtali. The sons of Naphtali were Jaziel, Ganai, Jezer, and Shalom. They were all descendants of Jacob's concubine Bilhah. Descendants of Manasseh. The descendants of Manasseh through his Aramean concubine included Israel. She also bore Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir found wives for Hippam and Shepham. Machir had a sister named Micah. One of his descendants was Zalop, who had only daughters. Machir's wife Micah gave birth to a son, whom she named Peresh. His brother's name was Shirash. The sons of Peresh were Alam and Rechem. The sons of Alam was Badan. All these were considered Gileadites. Descendants of Machir, sons of Manasseh. Machir's sister Hamalakath gave birth to Ishhad, Abiezer, and Mola. The sons of Shamadai were Ahanian, Shachem, Lachi, and Anayan. Descendants of Ephraim. The descendants of Ephraim were Shethala, Beerad, Tahath, Elidah, Tahath, Zabad, Shathala, Ezer, and Elid. These were killed trying to steal livestock from the local farmers near Gath. Their father Ephraim mourned for them a long time, and his relatives came to comfort him. Afterward, Ephraim slept with his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Ephraim named him Beriah because of the tragedy his family had suffered. He had a daughter named Shira. She built the towns of Lower and Upper Beth Horon and Uzin Shira. The descendants of Ephraim included Rapha, Rasheph, Tala, Tahan, Ladan, Ammihud, Elishama, Nun, and Joshua. The descendants of Ephraim lived in the territory that included Bethel and its surrounding towns to the south, Nearam to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its surrounding villages to the north, as far as Aiah and its towns. Along the borders of Manasseh were the towns of Bethshan, Tanach, Megiddo, and their surrounding villages. The descendants of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. Descendants of Asher. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. They had a sister named Sarah. The sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchiel, the father of Berzaith. The sons of Heber were Japhlet, Shomer, and Hatham. They had a sister named Shua. The sons of Japhlet were Pasak, Bimhal, and Ashvath. The sons of Shomer were Ahai, Raga, Hubah, and Aram. The sons of his brother Halam were Zophah, Imnah, Shelash, and Amal. The sons of Zophah were Shua, Harnepher, Shual, Beri, Amra, Bezer, Ohad, Shema, Sheosha, Ethram, and Biram. The sons of Jether were Jephannah, Pispa, and Era. The sons of Ola were Aram, Hanel, and Reziah. Each of these descendants of Asher was the head of an ancestral clan. They were all selected men, mighty warriors, and outstanding leaders. The total number of men available for military service was 26,000 as listed in their genealogical records. Chapter 8. Descendants of Benjamin. Benjamin's first son was Bela, the second was Ashbel, the third was Ahara, the fourth was Noha, and the fifth was Rapha. The sons of Bala were Adar, Gera, Abahud, Abishua, Naaman, and Ohoa, Gera, Shaphanim, and Haram. The sons of Ahad, leaders of the clans living at Gaba, were exiled to Manahath. Ahad's sons were Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera. Gera, who led them into exile, was the father of Ezra, Uzzah, and Ahihud. After Shaharim divorced his wives Hashem and Bara, he had children in the land of Moab. His wife Hadash gave birth to Jobab, Zibiah, and Zibiah, Masha, Malcolm, Jez, Sakia, and Mirma. These sons all became the leaders of clans. Shaharim's wife Hashem had already given birth to Abatab and Alpael. The sons of Alpael were Eber, Mesham, Shem, who built the towns of Ono and Lod and their nearby villages, Beriah and Shammah. They were the leaders of the clans living in Ajalon, and they drove out the inhabitants of Gath. Ahiel, Shashak, Jeremoth, Zabadiah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpa, and Joha were the sons of Beriah. Zabadiah, Meshullam, Hezekiah, Heber, Ishmirah, Isliah, and Jobab were the sons of Elpaal, Joachim, Zechariah, Zikdai, Elani, Zelophehad, Elio, Abadiah, Beriah, and Shemrath were the sons of Shammai. Joachim, Zerai, Zebdai, Elani, Ishpan, Aber, Elio, Abdon, Zechariah, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothijah, Ifdiah, and Penuel were the sons of Shashak, Shemshirai, Shahariah, Athiel, Jerashai, Elijah, and Zachariah were the sons of Jeroham. These were the leaders of the ancestral clans. They were listed in the genealogical records, and they all lived in Jerusalem. And that's the end for today. That was a lot of names, and I think I butchered a lot of them, but that's not the point. What I really like about these, I'm gonna be honest with you all, I don't like reading names from ancient Israelites. But when you have so much of these names, it does not make it. So I know some people say the Bible is a fairy tale, especially when it comes to the Old Testament. Let me ask you this question: if it's such a fairy tale, why would somebody go so specific on these names? And these names are not easy to pronounce, so why would somebody waste their time to really dive into each of the ancestral tribes and ancestral descendants? Why would they do that? It just doesn't make any sense to me why people would say these are fairy tales when it's clearly shown it's not a fairy tale. It's far from being a fairy tale. And it just shows when you're able to keep track of these records, it shows God's promise of blessing the people of Israel, his consistent faithfulness to the people of Israel by keep blessing them with children who also brings children, so on and so forth. Sometimes I feel we could think of God, please bless me in this way, and that's it. But sometimes I wonder if there's a time. I'm sure there are many times where God bless people more than they deserve. When God blessed Abraham about his large family, I don't think Abraham expected his family, his descendants, to be as big as it is. It just shows God's joy of staying faithful to his people, even if, it's not only joy, but it's also his honor and his importance of promises. He wants to stay committed here. He wants to fulfill his promise that he made with Abraham and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it's just a beautiful picture of that through when you read genealogical orders. It's these are a lot of people to be reading, and just imagine these names, but multiply them by 100. There's so many people in the tribe, in the family of Abraham. It's countless. It shows how faithful God is to the people of Israel, even when they rebelled against God. It also just shows how God sometimes bless us more than we ask to be blessed. And that is just, I don't know, that's just something that's really cool. I just realized this stuff. But I hope what I shared is helpful. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to share. It's just reading names, and it looks like tomorrow it will be tomorrow we'll be kind of doing the same thing until we get to Ezekiel again. So I hope what I share is kind of helpful on the outside, inside, and stuff. So may you guys go and walk with God today.